Hey, it's Lauren from B105. Tuesday morning, the nominees for this year's CMA Awards were announced, and I absolutely love the CMA Awards. They are like the Grammys of the country music world. They're pretty much the biggest honor you can get in country music other than a Grammy. So I'm going to go through all of the categories. I did post a link to the nominees below. So pause this video if you don't know who is nominated just yet, read through the list, and then circle back. I'm going to tell you who I think should win, my thoughts on, if I was surprised by any of the nominees or if I felt that anybody was snubbed. So why don't we go ahead and start with the biggest category of the year, Entertainer of the Year. No huge surprises here. I was really excited to see Kenny Chesney in there. I saw him a few months ago and he was absolutely incredible. But overall, don't really think there's any big snubs. I don't really feel like there's any big surprises, and I would be happy with any of these guys taking home that big prize. Album of the Year, I have to go with Casey Musgraves on this one. It wasn't really a shock that any of these artists were nominated. They're all heavyweights. They have all had really critically acclaimed albums. But my bet is on Casey. She really sticks out. The country music world loves her. She was away for a while, and then she came back with this album, and it was definitely worth the wait. So my money right now is going to be on Casey Musgraves and her album, The Golden Hour. Female Vocalist of the Year, also not many surprises. I don't feel like there were really any snubs either. I absolutely love all of these female vocalists, but I'm going to say that I think it's probably Kelsey or Marin's year. Usually it's between Miranda and Carrie, but, Miranda's been touring off of the same album for a few years, hasn't really released anything new, and Carrie kind of went away for a while too, and she won't really be back in the full swing of touring and releasing her album and all that by the time the awards air. I mean, Carrie is going to release an album in September, but it'll only be a month. So I think we got to give it more time. I think she'll come back and take it next year. But this year, I think it's time for someone new. And my bet is on Marin. Male Vocalist of the Year, I would love to see Luke Combs win. I'm just really happy that he's in this category. I was kind of surprised because he is still new. He's nominated in the New Artist of the Year category. So loved to see him, but I think that Male Vocalist of the Year is going to go to Thomas Rhett because he's just on fire. He's nominated for Album of the Year, for Music Video of the Year. I think that he's pretty much unbeatable at this point. In terms of Vocal Group of the Year, I'd be happy with any of them. My favorite is Midland, but I'd be happy to see Old Dominion win. I don't think there was any big surprises in here either. All of the nominees are super popular and just putting out great music. Vocal Duo of the Year, I was really excited to see Maddie and Tay on there because they're making their comeback. They've kind of been away for a while, but I think this is Dan and Shay's year. They were nominated for Single and Song of the Year for Music Video. Tequila is a huge hit, and they're just the nicest people ever. So I'd be very happy to see them win. I think it'll be between them and Brothers Osborne, and I think Florida Georgia Line's time of winning, I think that's kind of slowly coming to an end a little bit. On to New Artist of the Year. This is always my favorite category. I wasn't super surprised to see anybody, but Chris Janson, I guess when I think of him, I don't think of him as being a new artist per se. I kind of think of him as being around for a while, even though that's not necessarily true. He's been around on the country music scene for a long time, but, I feel like he's just started to break out a bit. So kind of surprised to see him there just because I was thinking of it in a different way, but certainly deserving. I think this is between Luke Combs and Brett Young, and I think one of those two definitely going to take it home this year. Single of the Year, I wasn't really surprised by any of these. I think that they're all great songs. I think Tequila was a monster hit, and I think it has a lot of depth to it, but I'd be happy with really any of these songs. Broken Halos, Drinking Problem, Drowns of Whiskey, love those all. Musical Event of the Year, super happy to see Dear Hate nominated. That was a song that was released after Route 91. I want to see that win. I think it has the most meaningful lyrics out of all of the nominees. I think that it's such a great vocal. It has Vince Gill. It's really stripped down. It's just an incredible song. Amazing meaning. All of the proceeds went and benefited the victims of Route 91. So that's my favorite one in the category. And I would say Drowns the Whiskey is a close second. And then we have the Music Video of the Year category. I'm not as invested in this category as the other categories, but I do love Carrie Underwood's Cry Pretty. And I think that Chris Janson's music video Drunk Girl has a really cool meaning behind it because the song has an amazing message. But then he also filmed it right across the street from the bar that he was discovered at. So those are just some quick, really fast thoughts on the CMA Award nominations. I was really sad that Carly Pearce didn't get nominated this morning because I feel like she's such an important new artist. She really keeps the country, and I love that. Super surprised that Chris Jansen got so many nominations, but again, love that just the same. And I was super happy to see Luke Combs and male vocalist and Tequila taken over. I just love that song. Love Dan and Shay. So there's a few quick thoughts. Congrats to all the nominees. And why don't you let me know who you think is going to win? And then we'll circle back closer to the awards on November 14th. I'll see if I changed my picks, and we'll make a little bit of a competition of it. So comment who you think will win in the comments below.